Hey all, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. So for this particular video we'll be having a look at Ghost Rider. Now I've had a quick look at his kit and he does look really nice. Since his last update on live they really brought him up to speed, but there's a couple of changes here. He's got a new ult and he also has a new move with the motorbike that I won't spoil yet, I'll let you see it, but if you're a Ghost Rider fan you're in for an absolute treat. But we'll fire off the ult same as a Luke Cage video at the start, and then we'll fire it off at the end again so you can see it. So here we go. Nice, you can see the scythes and all the hellfire. Certainly looks very nice. Now if you're worried about the fact that we lost his quite iconic bike, you can see the scythes over there as well, but if you're worried about the fact he lost his quite iconic bike, we'll discuss that soon enough, so don't be worried in that regard. So let's look at the first section anyway. It's Vengeance. So this particular section is really his kind of melee chain side of things. So you start off with Chain Thrash, which is his basic melee attack, and then you've got Infernal Wheelie, which is your movement attack there, and that applies Hellfire on hit. You then have Condemn, which is a melee area chain attack, it pulls enemies towards you. You have Burn the Treads, followed up by Whirling Chain. Now there's something interesting about Whirling Chain which we'll find out once we get to the traits. And then we have Hell from Above there, so it applies Hellfire on hit. You have Judgment, and this is now a cooldown one, critical hit chance 100%. Then you have Chain Fletchet, which is a melee area chain on a cooldown as well. And then finally you have his melee spender, which is Chain Lash there, so physical damage, and the damage is doing extra against enemies that are affected by Hellfire. So it's all very simple and kind of what you're probably used to from the live versions. Now let's look at Hellfire. Now looking at this side of things, you'll notice the Vengeance kind of icon, but you're probably wondering what Infernal Contact is, but we'll get to that once we get to the traits section. But if we're looking at the ranged mental damage skills here, you've got his basic one, which is Hellfire, where he's hurling kind of balls of Hellfire. And then we have Infernal. Now there is a particular talent for this which we'll look at once we're looking at it, which does a nice little modifier to it. Vengeance is a modifier for that when it comes to traits, and that goes back to what I was saying about Infernal Contract a moment ago. Then we have his ranged spender, Hellfire Beam. That looks great, I really do like this particular one. And Damnation, that's got a nice modifier again there. And then we have Flay, which is just the same as usual. And Chain Snare, same idea again with Immobilize on it. And then finally Signature, which is just the same again there, the Pen and Stare with the Execute and the mental damage and the channel time. So all very kind of familiar to any players that played Ghost Rider on live, but now we're in for the interesting part here with talents and traits. So before we look at the actual talents, let's talk about the traits. You've got the offensive trait, which is Spirit of Vengeance. That's critical damage, and the archetype is Warden with a bonus to strength for intelligence. So that will be physical damage 0.5% per attribute, or for intelligence it'll be mental damage there. So that's quite good. Some characters don't have a great set of attributes, but he's got ones that work very well with them. And then we have the defensive trait, which is Protect the Innocent. So you've got health regen there. Your archetype is Tough, so that gives you defense and deflect, and then you've got close quarters with your 8% damage reduction on melee attack. For his kind of unique aspect, we've got Pale Rider, and when you use your travel power you leave behind Flame Wake, so that leaves behind mental damage there. So for the talents, the first one we're looking at is Protect the Innocent. Now with this, Vengeance, which is this particular skill here, applies Protected buff. So damage is absorbed, it's got a duration of 3 seconds, and when you hit with a chain power you regenerate health, so that's pretty nice. Next up we've got Rings of Fire. So Inferno summons an additional area directly underneath you, and when you stand in that you regen health. So we'll activate that so you can see it. I'll fire it off way over here. There we go, really nice visual just for one skill, the 2 big balls of Hellfire. So next up we then have Eternal Damnation. So Damnation gains the following effects. It gets a larger power radius, 50%, and it gains damage. No spirit cost, but it does cost you health, so it can be useful for a low health build here. I'll show you, it really does fire for a huge amount now. There we go, let's cover most of the screen there. Looks absolutely great. So onto the second line of talents, we now have Chains of Vengeance. This is physical power damage, crit hit chance for physical powers goes up, and Chain Thrash gives you healing as well there. And then we've got Fires of Vengeance. This is more for the range side of things. It's mental power damage, critical hit chance for mental powers, and also Hellfire damage goes up there. And then finally you've got Will of Vengeance. So when below 50% maximum health, damage resistance 10%, and a 25% damage bonus. That's pretty nice. And for the third line we have Hell on Wheels. So Whirling Chain transformed into Hell on Wheels. So this is awesome. Wait till we see this. Here we go. So there you go, people worried about lack of movement. Although it applies to other characters, it doesn't apply to Ghost Rider. You might want to make this character your new main if you're really struggling with movement changes. Absolutely awesome. Just spam that as long as you want, really, as long as your spirit lasts for. So that's good. As I was saying about the ult, people might be worried about losing the bike, but you don't, you still got it, and it's a kind of spammable attack, so that's great. And then next up we've got Stunt Master, so this increases the damage on Burn the Treads and Infernal Wheelie. And then you've got One Final Show, so health from above gains damage, spirit cost reduction, and it actually costs health to use there. And when you're below a certain amount of health, it gives you 100% critical hit chance. And then you've got Infernal Contract, so Vengeance transform into Infernal Contract. There we go there. You'll be used to that if you played Ghost Rider before. That's all about getting to a certain amount of health to gain more damage. And then next up we've got Chains of Blaze, so Vengeance transforms into Chains of Blaze, and it kind of modifies your chain powers. See that there? And then the final one is Hellfire Combustion. It's another modifier for this, stoke the blaze this time. And then the final line we've got is Vengeance Incarnate, so with your penance it brings the cooldown down by 5 seconds, you get execute damage, and it activates Vengeance at the same time. So that's really nice. And then you've got a Flay with Fire, which increases your Hellfire damage and Flay damage. And then finally you've got Chains of Vengeance, so Judgment always deals a brutal strike. That'd be that one there. And Chain Flesh, it gets a buff as well. So overall very nice. Some of these changes make them look absolutely fantastic, and I really can't wait to see where these further test centre iterations take them. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.